The year is 1919. The German Empire was forced to sign the Treaty of Versailles, which meant that they lost land and they also had to limit their troops to about 100,000. You might be thinking, well, it's not that bad. It's not like it affects them. Well, if you see that, you'd be wrong. The government was not that good at the time, and they started printing money because they thought that that would give them more money, but they were wrong. All that did for them was make their economy crash. And when your economy crashes, well, you're screwed. And as if nothing could get any worse, something happens in New York, and then there goes the Great Depression. The United States had been helping Germany by paying them some cash to help them pay off what they had to pay to the Allies. But the sad part was that since the US's economy crashed, Germany was forced to pay the US on top of that. And they also had hyperinflation, which did not help. Imagine you in this situation. You have to pay millions of dollars worth of reparations toward other countries, and you can't do anything about it. You have a horrible economy. You have bad situations going on. People can't buy food. You have to try to pay all your money toward the other countries, and you're screwed on top of everything now. And now some random man from Austria with a silly mustache decides that he wants to go to Germany and he wants to control the government. And you know why? He had brutal beatings as a child, and he hated his father because of it. His father was an Austrian nationalist, so he ended up being a German nationalist. And because I don't have much time to explain what he really did to get into the government, I'll say it in a short, easy way to understand. He was let in by one of the presidents. He took control in the 1930s, and he raised the flags of the Third Reich. And that's how it all started. As you can see right here, the invasion of Poland was first, with the USSR invading too, taking the other half. Germany invades Denmark and then takes over Norway. Then they invade France through neutral Belgium. Then they help Italy invade some of the states in the southern areas of Europe, and right there they started invading the USSR in 1941. And the reason they did that is because they wanted oil. But instead of being a kind neighbor and asking like a good neighbor, they decided to invade without thinking at all. And that downturned, and when Japan bombed Pearl Harbor in 1941, Germany tried to help Japan by declaring war on the United States, which they didn't have to, but they chose to. And because of that, they lost the war. And the way they took World War II was not a good idea at all. And the German government during the Weimar Republic should have taken action to stop him from coming into. And now this is the modern map of Europe. There are way more countries now than there used to be. And if a war broke out, it would be way more deadly now with modern equipment. But how we can stop this is, instead of getting angry and taking it out on other people or starting a war because you're mad at another country, we can try diplomacy, or you can just straight up talk it out. And other things you can do are just not attack people. Killing people is not a good way to solve problems. And if you do attack people, you'll be seen as evil toward everybody. Not everybody likes to be attacked, and I don't think anybody wants to be attacked in the first place. So don't start wars. It's not a good way to solve problems. Think of other ways. And some facts about World War II. The first German serviceman was killed in war by the Japanese. The first American serviceman was killed by the Russians. Over 100,000 Allied bomber crewmen were killed over Europe. More U.S. servicemen died in the Air Corps than the Marine Corps. Polish Catholic midwife Stanislaw I don't know how to pronounce that, delivered 3,000 babies at the Auschwitz concentration camp during the Holocaust in occupied Poland. Wow. Notice how most of these are about death. That's pretty brutal. Another reason why war is not very good for the world, and it doesn't help with anything. Now that's my 5th grade passion project. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye and stay safe.